for the next period of growth in Australia.
For Indi.
Mr Deputy Speaker, tonight I would like to take the opportunity to acknowledge, thank and honour members of local government, the staff, the councillors and the communities that provide the foundation of democracy in my electorate of Indi. Alpine Shire, with its main towns of Mount Beauty, Bryden, Myrtleford; Benalla; Indigo, with its main towns of Yakandanda, Chiltern, Rutherglen and Beechworth, and not to forget the beautiful Barnawartha; Mansfield; Murrindindi, with the main towns of Alexandra and Yea, Marysville, Kinglake; Moira, and the Indi towns of Tungamah, St James and Lake Rowan, and all the towns in between. Without a doubt, local government is the level of government closest to the people. It's the provider of many of the services that give our communities quality of life, and I believe it's the level of government that really has its finger on the pulse of our communities, our businesses and our environment. So tonight I'd particularly like to acknowledge the role of local government in being such a strong partner with the Commonwealth Government on so many important projects, but most notably the National Stronger Regions Fund, the Stronger Communities Project and the Mobile Phone Black Spot program. And acknowledging this particular important role, I would like to point out the very difficult situation facing local government in rural and regional areas with the Commonwealth Government's cost shifting. For example, the indexation freeze on financial assistance grants has had a huge impact, and at the same time local governments are asked, indeed expected, to co-invest in Commonwealth programs such as Mobile Phone Black Spot program. And there's a huge expectation that local government in rural areas are expected to cover the costs of telecommunication infrastructure, when this is clearly not the case for local governments in our urban areas. So tonight I'd like to put on the record my personal appreciation and that of a grateful electorate for all the work of Alpine Shire CEO Dave Barry, Mayor Ron Janis and all the councillors; Benalla Rural City CEO Tony McElroy and Mayor Justin King; Indigo Shire CEO Jerry Smith and Mayor James Trenery; Mansfield Shire CEO Alex Green and previously David Roth and Mayor Paul Sladen; Moira Shire CEO Mark Henderson and Gary Cleveland; Murrindindi Shire CEO Margaret Abbey and Mayor Margaret Ray; Towong Shire CEO Juliana Phelps and Mayor David Wortman and previously Mary Fraser; Rural City of Wangaratta CEO Brendan McGarr and Commissioners Elsa, Irene and Rod; and the Wodonga City Council CEO Patience Harrington and Mayor Anna Speedy. I have welcomed the opportunities to get to know the CEOs, councillors and all the staff, and I appreciate the enormous contribution they make to their communities, both in paid work and in the volunteer work they do with such generosity and skill. Mr Deputy Speaker, it's been a great pleasure to welcome many of the CEOs, councillors and staff to this place, and I have been proud to advocate on their behalf. Over the 2.5 years that I've been a Member of Parliament, we've had some great wins. To mention a few: the National Stronger Regions Fund with over $17 million coming to the electorate, the Stronger Communities program helping distribute over $150,000 to local communities, and the Mobile Phone Black Spot program with 30 new base station mobile phone towers will be built in Indi in the next 2 years, the third highest of any electorate in the country. And tonight I'd also like to acknowledge the role played by local government in Indi in creating and enhancing our cultural environment. Our festivals are some of the best in the country, entertaining locals, supporting businesses and encouraging tourists to enjoy the wonder that is North East Victoria. So a warm invitation to my colleagues in the House to put North East Victoria on your holiday calendar. Bright's Rod Run in November, Benelli's City Rose Festival at the end of October, Beechworth's Golden Horseshoe Festival in Easter, Alexander's Truck Ute and Rod Show at the Queen's Birthday weekend, Mansfield High Country Festival, Corryong's Man from Snowy River at the end of March, and a personal favourite on a summer's evening, Wodonga's Friday Night on High. In closing, I call on the Commonwealth to rethink its approach to working with local government, to lift the freeze on indexation of financial assistance grants and to consider reopening the discussion to give formal recognition to local government in the Constitution.